smartphones have taken over. So what's the next big thing in smartphone tech? You know, all these smart gadgets that we have here might just be phone blocks or Google's Project Aura. Here to tell us why you might be building your next smartphone. Of course, he's in the house. Stephen Miano, owner of That Computer Store out in Irmo, South Carolina. Stephen, all right, so what's the deal with the phone blocks?
Phone blocks. It's a Kickstarter campaign from around 2013. The idea is basically to have a phone that is modular. You can make changes to it. You can build it, upgrade it, move it around. The initial
sounds cool.
It's very cool. The initial impetus was, you know, you've got a nice phone, and it's with Sprint.
Yep.
Well, the bad news is you can't take that to another carrier very easily, if at all.
Right.
And when you're done with that phone, it's going to get thrown away, recycled.
Right.
Who knows? Well, Phone Blocks was designed to make a phone that was modular. Let's say that everything was good about that phone. Maybe your screen was broken, so you just, in theory, pop off that screen, pop a new one in, takes 5 minutes, and you got a new device. You want to go to a new carrier? Yeah, you just take out the cell module, put a new one in for a different carrier, and you're good to go.
But of course, a lot of people are going to lose money. Business might lose money if this becomes like a big deal, I guess.
Possibly. Well, Motorola, because Phone Blocks basically called out to the world and said, hey, everybody, let's get together, let's tweet about this, let's hold hands and break bread, sing kumbaya.
Absolutely.
And get not just people, but manufacturers, entrepreneurs involved in this. Motorola picked up the cross, and when Google purchased them, they inherited Project Aura.
So talk about Project Aura.
Project Aura, essentially it's a similar idea. Instead of phone manufacturers and device manufacturers making phones, they would make modules for the phone. So Project Aura is the first design you see here where you can pick and choose your parts. You want a super cool camera because you're maybe an amateur photographer. You can maybe put a smaller battery in there, put a bigger camera module in there.
It sounds pretty good, though. It sounds like a good idea to kind of help the next wave of technology.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's interesting because this idea has been around with computers for years. You know, you build your own computer. Even now, people come into our store and say, hey, I want to build a computer for architecture, or I want to specialize my computer for gaming, or for accounting. Similar philosophy behind this. You have a modular phone. If something goes wrong, you just pull that part out.
So is this why people would be interested in the Project Aura device?
Well, yeah, I think so, because the phone itself, the newest design, now this is still in development.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, the manufacturers can, instead of selling phones, just sell the bits. Like, I have a really cool Nikon camera. I have a really big battery. I use this Android operating system module and put it all together.
Now that's like pieces of puzzles, basically. You're putting the puzzles together yourself.
Yeah, and you can build, one of the analogies that people use, if you have a granny that's deaf, put a really big speaker on it. You know, maybe she doesn't care about Bluetooth. She doesn't need storage. She just needs a big speaker so that she can hear. Yeah.
So is this project a reality or just a pipe dream?
Well, a little bit of both. There actually isn't a working device, even though there are a bunch of cool videos of people using it.
Yeah.
They're all mock-ups. But looks like the development kit is going out soon, and they may even have a physical trial next year. So, you know, you can get one of these as a developer, play with it, design your own blocks for it and everything.
You know what? I personally think I would like this idea because just recently, it's interesting that you talked about me not being able to take this phone, my Sprint phone, to another carrier, because I actually called another carrier about a week ago, possibly thinking about moving, crossing over, and they said, your wireless carrier doesn't fit the same frequency as we do, and I figured, what? It's a cell phone.
Yeah, and so it's not even an issue of, you know, they don't want to let you. It uses a different set of radio waves, so it physically can't. With Project Aura, okay, I'm going to take the radio module off and put on a new radio module for, you know, this carrier or this country that uses a different set of towers. So,
I think for the consumers, this is just my opinion, for the consumers, it's a good idea.
Well, it'll also help because the resources that we use for phones, they're dwindling. The battery, not the battery, the little magnets that go in smartphones, we've already used 99% of those. Like globally, we've mined out 99% of those little magnets. And you know, 1 in 5 people has a smartphone. And those numbers are only growing, so you know what's going to happen when we run out of little tiny magnets?
We're going to have to build our own smartphones.
Yeah.
All right, Stephen Miano, owner of that computer store out of Irmo, South Carolina.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, definitely. Every Wednesday, Stephen is here. And as well, don't forget you can go to our website, WACH.com, for all the previous videos and segments that we've had here with Stephen Miano. And if you have any technology needs, you need a computer fix or anything, businesses as well, stop by and see Stephen. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, Stephen, thank you so much for that. Stay with us. There's more Good Day coming up right after this.